Hey friends, it has been a minute since I have been live with you, but I want to come to you today and actually talk to you about upper body strength, particularly for those who are trying to study the Ashtanga Vinyasa primary sequence. Now in this sequence, it starts off with jump up handstands, but I have designed a bit of a program for my students who kind of promise to work on this every day. I'm Yogi Cecily. You find me here on Facebook, but this video is going to go onto YouTube. That's going to be youtube.com/c/Yogi Cecily. You can also find me on Instagram as Cecily_yoga. If you like the video, you can find me on Venmo and send me a donation for the classes or anything that I'm doing that you like, right? So that's venmo.com/Cecily-guest, CECILY-GUEST, like a guest in your home. All right, so what does that mean? Yes, tap all the buttons, tap all of the likes, tap all of the subscriptions, and let's just get going, okay? Now, I've got 2 blocks for this sequence. I'm going to turn a little on the diagonal, and I call it a 5 for 5 sequence. So what I mean by that is, if you do everything 5 times, and then build up to 5 rounds of 5 times. So, first exercise is a press up. I push into medium blocks, I press up and do my best to lift my feet. 1 and 2, I'm adding the rocking. 3, the low log, sort of rocking and pushing back. 4 and 5. Okay, next is up and forward. 1, out, I'm going to turn sideways and back. 2, up and back. See that little swinging? 3, up and back. 4, up and back, and 5, up and back. Okay, now I know it doesn't seem like much, right? Or maybe you can't even do what I'm doing. Maybe you can barely get your feet off of the ground. What I want you to do is take this program and maybe for the entire month of April or whatever month you're in when you see this video, take the entire month and just do these drills every day and see what you end up with, okay? Next up is the blocks go forward. You're in what I call a kind of fakey downward dog or a plyo position. And why is that? Because you're going to jump up and through. Now remember, you've got to really go up and through. Yes, and then up and back. See how the feet get back to where they started. 2, up and back, up 3, up and back. Not very exciting. 4, it's not a handstand, I know, right? Up 5, up and back. Great, okay? So you've got that. Next up, I'm going to push this block forward, is jumping over the block to have a seat. Now this is a drill directly from my teacher, and I remember the first time I saw it, I was really freaked out. I just really thought that there was no way I could jump over this block. So to that regard, you want to use a foam block. If you're really afraid something bad will happen, use the foam block, and then you won't injure a toe, okay? So I just get my hands way out in front, and I jump up, cross the ankles, and have a seat. That's easy. Going back takes some thought. So when people go back, they're usually like, wait, what? You know, and so that makes sense. I don't mind. I don't mind if you step back. You got to figure it out. That was 1, 2, and back, 3, and back, 4, and back, hoppa, 5, and back. Whoop, whoop. Good, okay. Next up, something that came from a Kino workshop. I actually love this one. And it's like little jumping jacks onto the blocks. Now, when you're jumping on blocks, just remember, you've got to jump lightly. If you jump heavy, you know, your foot will land and it will tumble the blocks. It will tumble them around. So on this drill, what you do want is very soft toes. Now we want more than 5 repetitions here. So I'm just going to kind of triple the count and go to 15 of these because they're like little jumping jacks. I line my feet up with the blocks, so it's not like downward dog. I'm kind of lined up with the blocks, and we go 1, 2, 3, whoops, see that? That was heavy. I'm actually glad I showed you that so you can see what happens. As long as they're foam blocks, it's not too bad. All right, so we are 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yay! Great. All right. So we need one more exercise. And this one a little bit comes from, I guess, a workshop I did with Cameron Shane. I'm going to get this block out of here. And it's similar to what my teacher gave us. This one is jumping over the block, but side to side. So I'm going to start my feet on the right side. Yep. And you don't have to go very far. I mean, you can if you want to, but I just simply have to jump side to side. 1 and back, 2 and back, 3 and back, 4 and back, 5 and back. That's it. That's the whole thing. Now, what you want to do with this video is maybe just go back to the beginning and do the exercises with me. And then that's one round for the day. If you can eke out 2 rounds, you got a little more time, you can do 2 rounds, do 2 rounds. Remember, it's 5 for 5. 5 exercises, 5 repetitions in each exercise, except the little jumping jacks. That one's done for 15. And then you want to work your way up to 5 rounds per day. If you can do this with me, I promise you, your chaturangas will get better. You might not get a handstand or anything at it, but you'll get much better jump forwards in any flow class. You'll be just more agile and more ready to press out. What muscles are we working? Well, goodness gracious, the triceps get really strong. Another muscle called the serratus anterior, which I think a lot of times people are trying to find their serratus anterior like in chair pose. But really, in these press-ups, the muscle finally has a job and sort of naturally does its work to pull the arm bone into the back. So you can look up that muscle, serratus anterior. Of course, you're getting the deltoids front, anterior deltoid, of course. And as usual, you don't want to wing your elbows out. So if you're doing these press-ups and things and your elbows wing out, you're a little out of pocket. And I'll show you one more thing. You can do standard tricep press-ups. However, let me put a bug in your ear. I think a lot of people, when they're doing tricep press-ups here, push their bottoms forward and they're sort of slanted back. That's not going to serve you in yoga. So in yoga, what you want to do is actually slant forward and push up with a slight forward rib presentation. That is going to allow you to draw up and then eventually lift these legs. So this could be another additional exercise to sort of draw and lift and push. These are the exercises and the drills that are really going to get you somewhere. So hopefully you'll try them, okay? I'm now doing them every day. I hate it, don't love it. Whatever, it's yoga, right? You'll get so better, so much stronger. And if there is some other little piece of yoga you would like me to break down for you, just send me a message. So remember, this is going to go on YouTube. That's youtube.com/c/Yogi Cecily. You get there, tap subscription, tap notify, especially if you're going to request something from me. Tons of videos on YouTube. There are 50-minute classes. There's a couple of interesting shorts. I'm going to put more shorts there. You can follow me on Instagram. That's a little bit more inspirational, and I have some memes there for you, things like that. And of course, you can continue to follow me here on Facebook, but this video will disappear from Facebook as soon as I put it on YouTube. All right, so it won't be here very long. Hopefully that's helpful. Again, I'm Yogi Cecily. And if you'd like to send a donation, that's cecily-guest@venmo.com. Thank you so very much. Hope to see you soon. Bye-bye now.